So while the engine's been in the shop, in the machine shop, we spent some time working on the undercarriage here. So we have treated for rust and painted underneath here to get ready for the new engine. So it's looking pretty nice, I think. But we cleaned up and painted everything inside, do some rust preventative. Took all the brakes apart, cleaned them up, sprayed some undercoating underneath here, painted it with chassis black from Eastwood. We also put on their they have a rust encapsulator. So we did the rubberized undercoating, rust encapsulator, and then the extreme chassis black, and then a whole bunch of this pre-painting prep. So we're going to be painting the engine here with the high temp engine paint and the high temp primer. Just got the block and the motor back from the machine shop. They bored out the cylinders and honed them. We had one problem with one cylinder number 10 here. They had to sleeve it. You can see the sleeve. There was too much pitting from water sitting in there, but the block is ready to be painted and reassembled, so pretty excited about that. We've got our everything's cleaned up. The connecting rods are all cleaned up. We got our new pistons that are 20 thousandths over in. Everything is ready for reassembly. And our heads are back from the shop, so we're already starting to reassemble this one and the other ones here. We had the valve job done. We went and bought some new hydraulic lifters. The other ones had a lot of gook in them, oil. They just weren't, in my opinion, they weren't operating very cleanly. So we went ahead and just ordered some new ones. So we're going to get the heads assembled. We're going to start assembling the engine. And it should be pretty fun now the real work begins. So today we're putting the engine back in. Pretty excited. She's rebuilt. The 6.8 liter V10. It's going back in the van. We're going to put it on the crane here and get the flex plate back on, take it off the stand, and then it's going back in the engine here, back to the transmission. I've got to get the torque converter back on, got to fill that up with fluid and get it back on so it marries back up to the transmission, get it bolted on. But we've painted the chassis black, compliments of Eastwood. But pretty excited. I've got the exhaust manifolds back at the shop. They're doing a little bit of work on those to get them so we can put them back on, but I'm gonna go ahead and put the engine in. So we'll come back when we're getting ready to hook everything back up and start her up. Hey guys, I'm going to give you an update here on the 98 E350. We got the engine in and we tried turning it over and it did start, but then we had some problems with the fuel rail. There were some injectors that were leaking. The O-rings got damaged on the installation, so we ended up having to replace those.
So we got that in, we got it running. There's a little short video on there of me turning it over and it dying. It wasn't running very good, and then it lost fuel altogether. So we thought we'd put new gas in. We drained all the old gas, but there was a possibility of the really bad gas being in there. We figured the fuel filter was jammed. So we replaced the fuel filter, and lo and behold, that wasn't it. We ended up dropping the gas tank in this beast and replacing the fuel pump, which is not an easy task and was not fun. It delayed us for about 3 days. So we just got it completed yesterday, and we put some, again, fresh gas in it. And now let's take a look. And so, as you can hear it now, it's idling pretty good. One thing we still have an issue with is the starter grinds a little bit. I don't know if it's not making good contact with the flywheel, what's going on there. So I may have to shim the starter to see if we can get rid of that grinding sound before it goes out on us or causes any damage. But the muffler does have a leak, so it's a little loud there in the back. But we've got brand new exhaust headers, or refurbished ones, and I've got to put the fan shroud back on and the fan, because when we're diagnosing it, I don't want to let it run too long, get too hot. But it's looking pretty good in there. And when we turned her over, there must have been a mouse that had a nest in there, because the nest come flying out of the exhaust. And but as you can see now, it's running a lot cleaner. It was smoking quite a bit earlier, and I think we got all the old gook out. It seems to be running that nice now. So just we get it the inside, and we put in bicycle mounts for our cycling, for rag ride, and then after rag ride we'll turn this into a tailgating vehicle. But so far it's been a success. It's taken a lot longer than I thought. Would I recommend doing this for others? Not really, probably, but if you want to tackle it and you think you can do it, great. There's a lot of tools that I had to buy and things that I had to do. It cost me way more money and time than I thought it would, but it's running good, and hopefully we're going to go out here and test drive it and road test it here shortly. So I'll talk to you soon.